I'll be your host for today's presentation. I want to welcome all those of you from all over North America that have joined us for another Flycast Partners webinar. Today's webinar, The Future of Self-Service, is presented by Rob Streeter. Rob is a recent software engineer addition to the Flycast Partners team. He has been working in the ITSM space for well over 7 years at this point, and his roles have varied from software consultant with BMC software to a system administrator and ITIL process engineer with various BMC customers. Rob brings experience both from the vendor side and from the customer side of ITSM and has a wealth of knowledge around ITIL best practice and ITSM tool sets. Before we get started, Rob, let me introduce our organization. Flycast Partners is here to deliver a seriously amazing IT experience. Founded and staffed by personnel that have many years of experience in the IT space, we took the best ideas from these collective experiences and added the best components necessary to grow and become a leading value-added reseller in the North American IT market. Now, we offer best-in-class implementation services and training in both ITSM and ITM, as well as workload automation spaces using nothing but ITIL best practice. Our professional services can easily scale up or down in order to meet the IT needs of any customer regardless of size, complexity, or budgetary restrictions. We offer implementation services both on-site and remote, as well as training to reinforce your company's long-term IT success. Our ongoing administration and support service offerings will enable your organization to focus on your normal day-to-day operations, saving you both time and money. Please take some time out later today to visit our website at www.flycastpartners.com or feel free to call us at 1-844-FLYCAST. This is just one of our many weekly webinar presentations, and we encourage you to utilize our website for researching industry white papers, additional webinars you may want to check into, training that is available from ITIL to ITSM tools, assistance with professional services, and use our new ITSM Solution Finder. At the end of today's presentation, we will actually take questions from our live audience. I encourage you to utilize the WebEx application question and answer section provided to ask your questions, and I will ask them in the order of which you have presented them to us, to Rob, and we'll take questions for as long as our 45 minutes allow. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn this presentation over to Rob.
Thank you, Rich. So how do we modernize IT? A lot of customers today are trying to bridge the gap between a service desk and a help desk. How do we do that? Well, we need to transform IT into a service-oriented organization. We need to think of the business as our customers. We are there to support them and provide services to them. This is typically in the form of supporting critical business applications, supporting users with their issues and requests, but most importantly, making it easy for your customers to contact IT for help. Our lives are changing, and you don't have to look very hard to notice this. Consumer trends, things such as smartphones and tablets, have shifted our expectations of what we can do at home and at work. These new tools are playing key roles in our lives today, helping us become more efficient and effective, not only in our personal lives, but our business lives as well. Today's world is evolving to be more social, mobile, and collaborative. Why should IT be any different? Humans are creatures of habit. We enjoy doing things and using things that we are familiar with. We want to see technology at the workplace that resembles the technology we use in our everyday lives. Now think of applications you use on your day-to-day life. applications like Facebook, Twitter, Google, Amazon, among others. What is the one thing these applications have in common? They are all intuitive and easy to use applications. Most of us don't like reading manuals or instructions in order to learn how to use an application. We want to download and start using the application right away without any training. We want to figure things out on our own, figure out how it works, how to use it, and so on. What does this mean for you in IT? Well, it means IT needs to transform the business. IT needs to deliver and deploy applications that are intuitive and easy to use. Applications that help drive competitive advantage and increase business productivity, all while reducing the costs and driving efficiencies across the organization. Only then will IT truly transform the business and reap the benefit of improved customer satisfaction. Now let's introduce MyIT, the next generation of self-service. MyIT brings IT to life by giving end users that mobile, social, and easy-to-use interface they have become so accustomed to using in their everyday lives. Think about your current self-service portal situation. Do you have one? How is it used today? What is your current adoption rate for that self-service portal? How many calls is the self-service portal deflecting today? How many tickets is your self-service portal deflecting? Now imagine implementing a consumerized self-service portal. That's mobile, social, and collaborative. A self-service portal that is easy for your customers to use and a one-stop shop for IT. When users enjoy using applications, they continue to use those applications, thus giving you a higher adoption rate, which will in turn lead to a higher call deflection rate. Now let's take that a step farther. Because MyIT integrates with your existing back-end RemedyForce system, it will also allow you to leverage your current data. So in addition to call deflection, you can also expect to see an increase in ticket deflection. As your end users start leveraging the existing knowledge base and proactively resolving their own issues, this of course reducing the number of level 1 calls to your help desk. That being said, sometimes a ticket will still be required from your end users. MyIT introduces a new way to search the knowledge base and open up those tickets. We call this formless IT. The MyIT Superbox gives you type-ahead functionality like Google and special characters like Twitter, so you can quickly and easily perform actions such as opening a ticket without opening any types of forms in the back end. These posts automatically get converted into tickets within your RemedyForce solution, and the normal process can be followed on the back end as your agents pick up those tickets, work those tickets to resolution. MyIT will also improve your business knowledge. One of the struggles we see most often today is information silos, because employees don't have time or tools to effectively collaborate. With the idea of crowdsourcing built into MyIT, you're now enabling your employees to have those group discussions, to share information, to solve issues faster by allowing your end users to join those groups, those applications and systems so that they can stay on top of what's happening within your IT environment. BMC realizes the user base is diverse and that everyone today uses different hardware and software on the back end. That's why MyIT was made with everyone in mind by creating a native iOS and Android application. So no matter what device you're using, you'll be able to get access to the MyIT Help Desk. MyIT also comes with an HTML5 web-based version accessible from any web browser. So your users can use MyIT on the go or at their desk whenever they need to. MyIT is about driving customer satisfaction. That's why it's been designed as an easy-to-use consumer-style IT application. If users enjoy using an application and find it easy to use, they will continue using that application and use that application more often. What does this mean for IT? It means the business will appreciate IT more and realize the value IT provides to the organization. Now let's jump into a live demonstration and see My IT in action. I'm going to do this demo directly from my iPad today, so we'll be able to see everything on my iPad, and I'm going to be leveraging the My IT demo environment that I have set up today. So you can see as I log into My IT, it's very different from any self-service portal that you've probably ever seen. It has a resembling feeling to your Facebook or your Twitter or even your Google. You have your news feeds listed here on the left-hand side, you can see, and as I scroll down those, you can see all the various tickets that Carlos, my end user, has gone through and created. Things like he's having a machine problem. I can see the information around that problem and the status of the ticket. I have a few other tickets within here. I also have collaboration that Carlos has gone through and typed in, maybe asking questions or even booking meeting rooms. And you can see he can leverage special characters similar to Twitter to be able to point in the direction a question to a specific individual. So there's different options that My IT offers to be able to go through and do these wide range of things. Now, on the right-hand side, you'll notice I have different people, services, groups, and applications listed. So Carlos has the ability to go through and follow these services, these people, these groups, and collaborate within each of them, or two different individuals. So let's talk a little bit about the My IT super bar that we have up here at the top, and you can see in the post search or IT request section. I'm going to open up the My IT super bar and we'll take a look at that in a little bit more depth. As I open that up, you're going to notice the different capabilities. So I do get on-screen instructions in terms of what's available to me, and you can see I have those special characters that we talked about earlier, like the exclamation mark to open a request or a ticket, and I also have the @ symbol or the hashtag symbol that I can leverage to talk to different individuals or group information by, and I can leverage those as required as I go through and leverage my IT environment. So let's run through a use case. In this case, Carlos is having a problem with email. So he's going to start typing into this super box that he's having a problem with email. And you can see my type ahead functionality is working right away, searching the knowledge base in the back end on my RemedyForce system. And it's bringing all of that knowledge base information up to the forefront for me so I can see all of that directly in front of me. And I can open up one of these knowledge articles, and it's actually going to direct me into my back-end RemedyForce knowledge management database. So Carlos can take a look at this knowledge article and see if he can resolve his issue himself. So quickly and easily, my end user can bring up the knowledge base that we're storing in the back end on his My IT instance or his self-service portal and try and resolve his problem himself. So you're deflecting potentially a ticket in this case if Carlos is able to resolve his problem via the knowledge base here. You can see my knowledge base article is all managed by RemedyForce in the back end. It's rich text base. It can include links and images, so on and so forth. I also have the ability to provide feedback on this knowledge article. If you'll notice down at the bottom, I can let my knowledge manager know if this was useful or not. So my end users can provide that information within there. Now if I go back, Carlos still has all that information on his screen. And he can continue typing and leverage the special character exclamation mark to quickly and easily open up a ticket. Let's click on the incident button and submit that. And that's really how easy it is to open up an incident for your end users leveraging the MyIT solution. So you noticed I didn't have to open up any forms or anything like that in the back end. I didn't have to answer any specific questions. All I had to do was type into that super box, provide information for my agents to go through and help resolve my issue, and in the back end, it's automatically opening up a ticket for my RemedyForce agents that they can go through and work on the back end and help me resolve my issue and get me back up and running, or get my email back up and running in this case. Now, I can go in and actually take a look at that issue in a little bit more details, and you can see all the information that I've gone through and provided. If I want to go through and provide more information, I can simply type in the comments section or the details and add more information to this ticket. Let's go through and say it's back up and running. And we can add that information in there. Now my agents will get that notification in the back end letting me know that the ticket is not really required because my issue is back up and running. So my end users can provide that inline feedback, whether that's my issue has been resolved by itself or here's what's going on. I want to add more details to my initial thing. Maybe I want to add a screenshot, and that's also available within MyIT. You'll notice it's updated my message bar down here. I've added my comment, and it's noted within that ticket, and it's noted on my screen here below. Now, if I want to go through and ask, say, Mary a specific question, I can go back to that super bar and say, how do I print something? And I can tag Mary in that by simply leveraging the @ symbol and clicking on Mary's name. Now, Mary's going to get a notification of that question, and she's going to go through and she can reply to that directly from the MyIT instance as well. So I have the ability to go through and communicate with my end users directly from here, my colleagues directly from within the MyIT instance as well. Now if I go to my groups section, I'm going to open up the SAP user groups that I have down below, and we'll take a look at that. And this is where I can go through and collaborate with all my colleagues who are part of this group. And you can see I have a couple different colleagues who have added posts to this specific group pertaining to the SAP users, and I can go through and I can add different information in here if I'd like, or I can simply just read what's going on within this SAP user group so I can stay up to date on all the collaboration that's going on for all the SAP users. These groups can go through and be created for all the different groups within your organization that you have that you would like to enhance the collaboration on. Your end users can use that directly from within the system here. Now, I want to jump over and talk a little bit about service health as well. So we can take a look and get notifications from different services. So you noticed on my main screen I had services listed on the right-hand side there. I can also jump into the service health section, and I can see the health of all the different services that IT is providing to their end users. So Carlos is an end user, and he's following a few different services, things like SharePoint and SAP, and he can see that SharePoint's currently in maintenance. So he can expect delays as part of that outage or that SharePoint notification being out there. And I can go through and I can follow this in more details. I can even decide if I want to have email notifications or device notifications directly from the MyIT interface. So I can get those device notifications similarly to as I get a text. So if any service that IT is providing that I like to follow or that I use and I'm following goes out, I'll get that notification and I'll know something's going on with that. And I won't need to go through and open up a ticket for that because IT is already working on the issue and they're letting me know that they're actually having a problem with it right now. So great value add from a service health perspective, being able to see all the different service offerings from an IT perspective or from an end user perspective that IT is providing out to the business, and being able to track and monitor the different status of each and every one of those services. Now if we go back, we can jump back to our support page where you can see our standard form type of layout. So a lot of customers say, yeah, I love the new look and feel, where we leverage it like a consumerized application like Twitter or Facebook. We have our news feeds, we have the super bar where we can enter our tickets, but some customers prefer the look and feel of a form. They prefer filling out a form or specific questions that you need to go through and answer. And the support page is where you can come and take a look at that information. So I can jump in and I can say I'm having a problem that needs to be fixed, or maybe I want to look at the knowledge base and I want to take a look at all the knowledge articles that are listed within my system. I can view all of those directly from this page as well, instead of using the super bar to be able to go through and type ahead. So we do give you options within My IT to be able to go through and leverage. So we cater to all of your customers, whether those be the customers who like forms or the customers who do like that formless look and feel. I can go through and even request for things like a password reset. And you can see I bring up that form that it's asking me to fill out for that password reset, and I can go through and fill those out and answer all of the questions that are provided on this form. And from there, I can also submit that directly to IT. So different options to be able to submit tickets. Now My IT is also location aware. So if I jump in and take a look at my current location, you're going to notice that Carlos is based in the Toronto area with the little blue dot here in the background, you can see. And I have different offices located all over North America. I have one medical center over here in New York. I have a building in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico. What is that? That is an oil rig. Well, perfect. But I also have an office building over here. So I can go through and map the different office buildings that I have. And because My IT is location aware, it knows where I'm submitting the ticket from, whether I'm in an office building or I'm a home-based employee and I'm working out of my home office, whatever that may be. I'll be able to see all that information. Now, I can jump into my office building and I can see a floor plan. And these floor plans can be configured based off of your company's environment or your office spaces. And of course, you can go through and create different items within each of these floor plans. Let's go through and search the floor plan and see what's available here. So you can see there's a bunch of different rooms, a couple hot desks, things of that nature. All of that stuff is located here on my map, and I can see exactly where those things are. Now, if I want to go through and book a meeting room, something else that My IT can help you out with is scheduling for meeting rooms and things of that nature. I can go in and I can select my office building. Of course, I'm already selected from an office perspective. I can select any of these offices. Maybe I'm going to be traveling to San Jose and I want to book a meeting room in that San Jose office. I have my office building already selected. I'm going to select a date and time on when I'm going to have this type of meeting. I can decide whether I want a projector or whiteboard in that meeting room. And of course, my seating capacity. Now, as I click on View Results, I will get a list of all the different rooms that are going to be available to me at this office building, whether they're available now or not. And I can see one of the rooms, the Imperial Ballroom, is going to be open to me, and I can make that reservation for my time that I've gone through and listed. You can see my reservation's actually been confirmed there. Now, as I travel to the San Jose office, I need to figure out where that ballroom is because I have no idea. I've never been to the San Jose office, so I can leverage that search capability that we took a look at earlier, and I can start typing. I see Imperial Ballroom, and I can simply type Imperial Ballroom, and I can look at that, and I can see, oh, well, there's a couple things in the Imperial Ballroom. I can see that there's a projector, and I can see the ballroom itself. Now, if I open that ballroom up, I'll be able to see exactly where it is. So it brings that up on my map so I can see the exact location of where I need to go once I get into that San Jose office and get ready for that meeting. So I can see the information there and see that it has a projector. If I want to see more details about the room, I can click on the little exclamation mark and it brings me into my room area. So I'm able to see the exact picture of that room, and I can see, well, this looks like a great room. It has a nice layout, nice boardroom, nice projector at the front of the screen. Many times I've gone through in my career and I've booked meeting rooms and I've said, wow, I've never been in this meeting room, but I never want to be in it again because it is not the greatest meeting room. Now with MyIT, you can actually jump in and take a look at your meeting room or the picture of your meeting room before you even decide to go through and book it or reserve it. You can see I can reserve this room, or if I really like this room, I can even follow this room. So as I go through and follow this room, I will have it on my main screen and I'll be able to book it as often as I would like moving forward. So great capabilities there around that. Now, the other thing that I do want to mention is the crowdsourcing ability within the MyIT interface. So we talked about how social and mobile and collaborative it is within the actual main screen, talking to your customers, talking within groups, things of that nature. But we can also add different locations onto our screen here. So if I know the office building in San Jose very well, I can quickly and easily drag and drop a pin here to say, well, this is John's office in the corner, and I can go through and I can actually add that pin and add more details around that. So it's crowdsourced in the sense that I'm able to go through and do all that stuff directly from within the MyIT window. Your end users can even provide new places within your office spaces and define some of those. So your information doesn't necessarily need to come from IT for all those office space items. Those things can be added by IT and then, of course, afterwards refined and added by your end users. Now, Rich, I will open the floor up for questions and pass the mic back to you.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you for your presentation about MyIT, and it is definitely a great tool that can be utilized for any organization out there. It allows the users direct access within your IT department. It's a great tool. I don't have any questions as of yet, but what typically, let's say that somebody has RemedyForce, what typically, how hard would it be to integrate MyIT with RemedyForce?
MyIT integrates with RemedyForce pretty straightforward, actually. You'll need to contact your account manager and work with your account manager to do that integration because, of course, RemedyForce is a 100% cloud-based solution, and MyIT can be both cloud-based and on-premise. If we do leverage the cloud-based solution, which I know most of our RemedyForce customers would like to do because RemedyForce, for one, is cloud-based, so they don't want to have RemedyForce in the cloud and MyIT on-prem. They want to have MyIT in the cloud, same as their RemedyForce solution. They would actually work with their account managers and provide a simple thing called the RemedyForce org ID to their account manager, and their account manager would go through and provision that in the back end with BMC to create that MyIT instance. Then, of course, all the configuration and administration is going to be done via a web portal on the MyIT side, and they can go through and configure that with all the different services that they offer as an IT organization and all the different locations and floor maps and things of that nature. All that stuff will be added via that web-based administration tool.
Okay. And one other question, are there any other emerging enterprise tools in the BMC tool bag that this product will integrate with?
This product, MyIT, will integrate with RemedyForce, and it will also integrate with the classic Remedy solution that BMC offers. At this time, it doesn't have any type of integration with any of BMC's other tools like Footprint Service Core. However, that was something that was on the roadmap. I'm not sure how far along it is, but it could be potentially coming sometime in the future. But as of today, it only integrates with RemedyForce and Classic Remedy.
Okay, fantastic. And Rob, once again, another great presentation, and we don't have any other questions, so I'm going to go ahead and thank you, Rob, for taking time out of your busy day. I know you have a lot going on, and I want to thank all of our folks that joined us today for today's presentation. Thank you for taking time out of your day. And with that being said, I'm going to wish you a great day, and until next time, we'll see you again.